everyone, welcome back. It's Annette Green. I am working in my weekly 2023 memory keeping planner, my vintage black planner from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and we are all the way over here in week 27, which is the back of week 26 here, and will be my last page in this journal, in this planner, because it's getting fat, everything's getting strained. I looked at this earlier today and I see that my whole reinforcements are starting to tear a little bit here, so it's just too much. And so I just want to finish out that one last blank page, and then I will go on to my second planner, which I purchased and I'm ready to fill. Okay, and if you're new here, welcome. This is a weekly series, like I mentioned, and I've been doing this all year. Every week I have a weekly playlist that I can share below. If you've missed anything at all, you can go check it out. I have got so many ideas for this week's page because we took a little mini getaway vacation. And I don't know, something just made me grab a whole bunch of oldies but goodies here. A lot of old favorites I haven't used much. So you'll see me using a lot of products. I'll just link to everything below. Certainly use what you have in your stash, and don't feel like you have to go out and buy everything to do what I'm doing. Okay, I just have a lot of things and I'm going to use them. Okay, like I said, we had a little getaway and took a lot of outdoor naturey kind of photos, which I don't have printed yet. I'm going to print those in just a second, but I do know what they kind of look like and the colors and such. So I was having this idea, since it's my last page, we're just kind of go for it with a little bit of thickness at the end and try to fill it with a little more photos. Usually I only have 2 or 3 photos per spread or page, and this time I'm just going to do a little bit more. So I had an idea to use some little pockets and put things in it, and that way you can put more. Okay, so I have grabbed from my little pockets, it's the Planner Essentials 55 file folder page with pockets. I have used this one before, and there's these wonderful leaves, but there's these little pocket inserts, and you could use this as your whole page. Of course, as you can see, it's got the holes and everything, but I already have my page and my holes are on this side, so I'm just going to use this as like a treatment on the page. So I'm going to just simply cut away right there on the line of that top pocket, top and bottom. You could do this with scissors. I have that little wire guide in my trimmer so I can see exactly where I'm cutting, and then I'm just going to get really close to those holes and cut those away, and then I'll take my corner rounder just to make this look pretty and round these bottom corners just slightly. I will link to my Amazon favorites. I have a little Amazon favorites shop where you can find this wonderful 3-way corner rounder. It just works perfectly to get in there and do all 4 of those corners with the small size. Okay, so there we have our little element where we can do some pocket action down here at the base of the page. And also I want to mention that at the end of this video, or maybe while I'm gluing things down later, I wanted to talk about why we're moving. I've been talking about moving here on August 1st. We're going to start moving. I'm going to explain it because a lot of people are saying, oh, why are you leaving? I thought you loved Greenville. So I'm going to explain that a little bit later. Okay, so I'm having this thought here with this vacay, big vacay word, and that is from a stamp that I have hardly used, and that is CS193, the block words - travel set. Has all these great things, and I've cut away moment from here because I wanted to go this way, and then I'm using these little tabs that I love. These are the alphabet tabs. I've used these a whole bunch of times. I want to run those down the side and say mini vacay, because it really wasn't a big vacation. We just took a little weekend getaway, 1 night away in a cabin up in North Carolina. Actually, it was like a B&B kind of place. So I'm thinking of the word mini vacay there, and I've got my 27 I have to have, and of course that's from the stitched letters and numbers set. I have this cute little Adirondack chair which fits perfectly with the place that we were at. That one comes from this really cute set, Planner Essentials 50, the Fruity Summer. I mean, this is a page die, and it's so great with all this fruit, like citrus fruit edge. I don't think I've used it yet as a page die, but it has the umbrella and the fruit, and then a little like tiki hut, beach hut, and then the chair, which I've used in different projects. But I was thinking of putting the chair down there, my little 27, and then I grabbed some stamps, some other stamps. And these are from, uh-oh, hold on. I'll pop it on the screen because I don't have it here. It's one of these travel sets from Esther. Has a lot of great travel phrases and things. So I'm going to do a little bit with that here. I've kind of grabbed, this is paradise and getaway, and I'm sure there's some other words on there I'm going to use. And then I grabbed, so that I'm not just sticking photos in the pockets, I thought to gain even more room, I grabbed this file folder die, and this is from the General File Folder Set 2, which I believe you've seen me use many times now as well. The whole thing has a big one, and then there's a smaller one here. So I thought this would be perfect to die cut out, fold it closed, and then stick it into the pocket to gain even more room for photos and journaling. Just a few more things that I've done. Hole reinforcements I need on this page, so I cut out these little chevrons from like navy blue to match this kinda. And I also decided I was going to do the word mini with this teal background, and then the letters from that same set to spell out mini. So I've got my letters. Now I could have die cut these tabs from that teal. Hold on. Oh no, I was going to say, you know, I could have cut these out of the same letters, right? And then just popped that dark letter back into the space. However, as you can see, the letter is off to the right, and I want the letter to be off to the left. So there are these blanks in the tabbed die, so you can make it go on either side. So I'm going to do that over here. And I'm going to spell out mini. Wait, if you struggle like I do, sometimes you know you got those little bits in there that you can't quite get out, like you saw me struggling with before. These are the greatest. I'm going to pop the name of these down on the screen because I can't remember exactly what we call them. Oh, but these teeny little snips are just amazing for getting into those tight little places. So that's what I did while you weren't looking. Okay, I got my little mini vacay ready, and look at the eyes on there, right? Everything could line up, all these little tabs, but then you have this really big space between the eye and the edge here. So I just scooched those in. So, you know, you don't have to have them line up all the time. So that part is done. I'm gonna go take a look at my photos. I wanted to put that together just simply so it was an embellishment that I could move around as one unit when I'm getting everything else worked out. Alrighty, I've got my photos printed out. I think I'm going to use all these. We'll see what fits. And if you want to know, a lot of people still ask, how do I print my photos on a page like this? You know, what kind of paper do I use? What kind of printer do I have? The printer, here it is. The paper is just HP glossy photo paper, and I do have a video on how I gang all these up, size them, and print them and everything, so I will link that also below. Okay, I've got my photos cut out. I have sort of a plan going here. I did grab an additional die, and that's where this came from. This is 1985, the Library Pocket Filler Card Set. Just because I didn't want to do a double file folder thing. I didn't want to do it twice, but I used the same paper. And the paper comes from book number 6, Reminiscence, the book 6. I'll link that below. I showed you that in the beginning of the video. And I'm just using some brown ink to ink my edges and get my photos on here. I'm using this paper in particular because it has a lot of this light blue in it, which is kind of recurring in a lot of my photos and my embellishments. I remembered that I had bought this little sticker. It's not so little, it's pretty big. But you see how this says airmail here? I thought, well, I think I'm going to cover that up with my really pretty sticker. This is from the state park that we went to. And you know me, if you've watched me for a while, that I am always on the lookout for things like this, little bits of ephemera or memorabilia. And of course it sticks out beyond here. I could have put it on first before I die cut, but you know what? I'm just gonna follow along with my scissors and just cut that away. No problem. There we go. And then I can re-ink that. So while I assemble, I'll go ahead and talk to you about why we're moving. We've actually been here 3.5 years. I know it probably feels like some of you guys that, gosh, you just moved to Greenville and I thought you loved it there. Why are you moving? 3.5 years in an apartment building in the downtown of Greenville. Very, lots of positives about living here, of course, and one of them being that we can just walk right across the main street here and be into downtown Greenville. Now, downtown Greenville has gotten very, very busy. On the weekends, we do not even venture out unless we go out first thing in the morning, like to the farmer's market. It just gets really super crowded. Of course, I've talked about the trail, the Swamp Rabbit Trail that we love so much. We bike a couple times a week. I run on it. I walk on it. That's still going to be there where we're moving to, because we're just moving to a nearby town called Travelers Rest. Just a little bit north of here. Maybe 10 to 12 minutes by car, maybe a 30-minute bike ride. And we're going to an apartment again. However, we're not going to be in a big building with a lot of other people. We are going to have what they call like a carriage house that will be off by itself a little bit, away from the bigger buildings full of people. And we will only have one connecting neighbor. I have to say that when we first moved here, this community here downtown was a mix, a nice mix of older couples, younger people, very good management initially. We've seen some changes. We've seen some not so good changes. We've seen some better changes lately. However, we do see that the residents here are tending to be younger and younger, and they like to party. And we get that. We're not fuddy-duddies. We're young, older people. And we enjoy young people. And so many of them are really nice here. It's just, that handful of people that are not terribly considerate. Especially like the middle of the night or just picking up after themselves and things like that. It's a little bit surprising how it's become a bit of an issue. And so much so that that's really one of the bigger parts of why we're moving away, sadly. But you do what you got to do. And that's the beauty of renting as opposed to owning. You do have that freedom to change your mind, make a change, and move on somewhere else. So I hope that explains it satisfactorily. Okay, so as I've been talking, you've seen me build this stuff up, get things layered and ready, and make some decisions. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to use this last one as a pocket at all, so this doesn't make sense to be there. Now, there is that stitch line that goes up and around, so we're just going to cut that off because I don't want anything to go behind there and then also cover up this. Okay, so I got a little plan going here. See my little chair down here? Isn't it cute? I haven't glued it down yet. I think I want to put a 27 down there, just sitting right in the chair. Here's a picture of our little bed and breakfast place that we stayed at, and the waterfall where we went hiking there at the top. And that's where I think I want to use a little bit of this scrap and stamp. This is Paradise. I think. So, got this other one that says Getaway. I think it might go there. So let me ink this up. Yes, so Travelers Rest is right off of the same Swamp Rabbit Trail. There are, where we're going to be living, there's going to be restaurants, within walking distance. The post office. Not the grocery store, but the library. Even the dentist is right across the street. So the whole reason for us moving here was so that we didn't use the car as much and we walked more, and we're still going to do that up there. So I'm using VersaFine Clair Twilight Blue for my stamping, and I think this is going to look pretty good on this paper. And the whole reason that I took this little mini vacay is because I finished all the kits for the Illinois class at One Paper Place, the planner class. Everything is done, right down to the directions and the handouts and all that. So I'm ready, and all this moving and stuff, getting things packed up has been a lot. So I said, you know, let's just get away for the weekend. And that's what we did. I'm betting that many of you thought of it before I ever did. It's like, why do we even need this? So let's get rid of that. We don't need that. I just laid it down getting ready to glue it, and I thought, you know, it just doesn't make any sense that that top part is there. So just because I got my scissors, and this might be a little tricky spot right here to get with the corner rounder, I'm just gonna freehand that. And inking the edges. It keeps you from having to be perfect, of course. Okay, better, much better. Okay, because Paul and I are going to get stuck back there probably, or maybe not. Maybe we should be up here. We can kind of see us a little bit. That'd be kind of cute, right? Just to see us a little sticking out. And then this one that doesn't really have a picture on the outside can be the one that goes in the back there. This is going to be a thick page, but it's going to be okay. But I will tell you that now that I have this laid here like this, and I see how thick it's going to be, you don't want to just glue this pocket thingy down flat. You're going to have to give it a little bit of room. So we're going to grab a bone folder. I can't find my bone folder, so I just grabbed a little stack of scraps over here off to the side. And we're going to just put the bead of glue along this side, and this bottom, and this side. Okay, and I'm going to hold all of this together while I put this down. And I am going over the holes over here, as you can see, and that's okay. We're going to repunch. And you see what I'm doing? Like, I'm letting this bow out a little bit on purpose, because if we glued it flat, we would probably kind of strain it or even tear it. So see how we have that nice gap there now? That's good. Okay, and then we have our picture of our little getaway place. I had the sign from the place, the brook trout inn, really cute little sign. I'm gonna have to see if I took another picture of it more straight on. I could maybe cut out just the sign and pop it around here somewhere. I really do want that chair there. It's pretty cute. I mean, I could put that there, but I don't think so. I'll see what I have. All right, I'll get this down. I didn't have another one straight on, but you know, it's just a little slanty. It's okay. But I like the sign. I want to get it in there. It's cute. Had a little fish on it, little trout. So I put that photo up a little bit high so I can get this down here. Okay, and then we can put our chair to the side still. All right, I grabbed my papers from the book 6 again, and I'm going to put this on the back of the file folder unit, just so I have some journaling place to write some stuff, because my photos kind of fill everything out fully here. And then also I want to put this little cut apart tag on the front of here, just to say a little something about this, and then I'll be done. I decided I wanted to add a little something here So I've got this taped down so it can kind of flatten. Got to get my head way down here. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Travel buddies. Okay, well, it's a little messed up. So let's think about what we're going to do there. That wasn't super smart to try to stamp on there after I had all those layers and that pucker, or, you know, that extra space. So, live and learn. Okay, so I'm just going to patch that right over that. I want to wait for this to dry a little bit. I'm going to ink the edge, and then I'll get that on there. But while that's drying, I can get my hole reinforcements on here, which I've done in that same blue. I use my little tweezers here to get these on here. We could point these toward the photos, but I'm going to point all of these going down. And I've got just enough room to do this. I really didn't plan out, you know, the edge of that photo quite that nicely on purpose. You know how it is. Happy accident. Okay. And here, obviously, we're going to overlap. And that's okay. That was the plan. Okay. Okay, I believe that I am done. I got that patched on there nicely. Looks good. Got my picture of me and my travel buddy. I did my journaling on the back, and I've got my little label on the front. Of course, we have our pretty pictures here that go in this back pocket, and I feel like my page is done. I just love it. I think it's great. Okay, so next week I will be teaching, leaving this week coming, I will be teaching in Illinois at One Paper Place. So I will not be returning back this way until that next Sunday, which is normally when I make my videos. So next week's video is going to be just a little bit late, maybe Monday or Tuesday. So I thank you for your patience on that. Definitely be taking photos as I'm in Illinois with all the fun crafters teaching the class, and I will document everything for you so I can share that with you next week. So thanks for watching again. Take care, and I'll see you next time.